for coming and tuning in to another episode with me right here on the stage at Dame's Live. Same time, same place with me, the same Dame. Man, it's been a wonderful week. And, you know, the first thing that comes to mind about this week is just so simple. It's so simple. It's having an attitude of gratitude to appreciate those things that people take for granted. This week, I had an opportunity to go on my guy CJ Shotlow's podcast. It was CJ Shotlow, Westside Hove, and also it was my guy T. Ray Love. We had an opportunity just to sit back and speak about God in the church, God in politics, and God in the world. So if you guys haven't had an opportunity, definitely follow Lux Vision Studios so you get an opportunity to see that interview. It wasn't an interview. It was actually just a round table with my brothers, and I really enjoyed that. It really sparked off my week to have a great week. But the good thing is I got a great guest in here today with us. Our guest has been around Horizon since about the beginning. I was back there asking him a question. I was like, when was the first time we met? And it's the same story for a lot of the creators here. There's no like first time we met. We just are always in the same circles, in the same buildings, the same instances, celebrating the same people. And that's pretty much how I got an opportunity to meet Biggie. And also I had an opportunity to go by his Sans PvP. If you guys had an opportunity to shoot those guns, to get that jiggle in your control, the people who in Horizon kind of know what I'm talking about. You definitely want to go to his worlds. So without further ado, I'd like to present to some and also introduce to others a guy by the name of BIGGIE PAULS. Come on out, Biggie. Give it up for Biggie, you guys.
Hey.
Working on a weekend like usual. Way out in the deep end.
That's our mantra around here.
I swear they passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist going nuts.
First of all, thank you so much, Biggie, for coming out and hanging out with me right here on the Dame's Live stage.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. So you've been kind of tearing things up. Metaverse. I mean, now Metaverse Studio on the new battle for. I mean, I gotta say, I'm a little bit embarrassing. I was in there for like 2 or 3 hours yesterday. I'm a little bit addicted.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I am too, man. I was in there just playing people and stuff, and you know, from how to do things, and it was fun. I like to just see people have a good time, you know, enjoy themselves.
Because we.
You got the
down. I got them my due diligence.
You've been putting in work. Yeah, you've been putting. You got the surfer stand stuff.
Yeah, I got it down, man. I was teaching other people. I was like, hey, you gotta do it for the arms, but not much, man. Like the script is,
I don't really should, but you know, really, they are ones that have action. His world's life.
I agree with you. I mean, they're like in the bed.
Absolutely.
You know, they're the guy that keeps the. Yeah. You know, the artist can go off and do all kinds of things with horns and make it sound beautiful, but he couldn't do anything without that.
You got to come back to it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir. You do me a favor, Big. Come closer, right there. Yeah, thank you. How they found the metaverse. It's interesting. I'm a gamer. Athletes, my friend.
Gamers. I'm taken to the Midwest. A big of the Oculus for the first time. So I just sit in the chair. You don't do anything. There's no controller or anything. Just experience the ride. And so I was a stock trade, always checking the new camera that Facebook was changing their name Meta side to them. I'm just like, oh, okay, this is for real. Like that does not change. You know, that was in 20, I believe. When I had that up, and you know, it was cool, but I never really got into it. I'm actually wearing 25 bucks. Was the guy that really like, oh, that's another reason ever since. So
we're babysitting. I mean, we're growing with walk.
Correct.
Yeah. At this moment,
there's stuffness, you know, but like for you know, so, you know, type of experience, you know, less than the full huge into computers like Counter-Strike, and for me, environment where I see everything, I feel like I'm in there, and it was so. The icing on the cake was just meeting all the cool people. You know what I'm saying? The most, you know.
I first got in, I was in bed. Didn't have much but the taco truck, the plaza.
Yeah.
And you would kind of walk around much, and you finally got in and say, you know what? I see the value in this. I'm going to build. What was your first world that you built?
Damn, world. So I wanted to make, it was called the trading floor, and to make stock exchange, like on you go in, it's plastic bone, so I could start with the Studio 80. You know, I like Studio 80 because that 90 playlist, you know, that they had in there.
Shout out to Danica and Squirt. You know,
yeah,
he can't squeeze past those guys.
Conversation. I start getting this music in there, and he's like, "Well, this long process. You got to make, and you got to have this, and you got that." And I know I had equipment to pull this. So I started hit the form, how loop the audio worlds, and how people were using. From there, I was able to learn how to my audio through my PS around 20 stuff. You know, nobody had it. You know, I mean, I think it was me and Oculos had them first, and so I remember one time I'm in Studio J with Jay Alloy and